Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Flow Show, no filter. My favorite day of the week, TGIF. Thank God it is Funky Friday. We got to get into this Trump mess. Andy Byron, the list. Things have gone bananas. But before we get into that, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Hello. Good morning, Angie. Angie says good morning to the Flow and the Breakfast crew. Good morning to the Wake and Bakes. Everybody waking and baking out there. Good morning to y'all. Good morning to the Flow Show fam. Good morning, Steph. Good morning, Desi. Good morning, Lily. Lily says good morning, Flow and crew. Melissa, what's up, Melissa? Melissa said good morning, Flow Show fam and the Wake and Bake crew for sure. Grand risings, everybody. C-Tuck in the building. C-Tuck says, good morning, Flow and crew, Wake and Bake crew. Make sure y'all like the live as y'all enter, please, and thank you in advance. Happy MFN Friday. I feel good today, y'all. Even though a lot of crazy news to talk about, I feel good. I don't know if I can say the same for Trump and good old Andy Boy. And if you don't know who good old Andy Boy is, we call him Andy Kiss Cam Byron. We're going to talk about him later on in the show, but we got to get to our boy first. I think Trump barked up the wrong tree. You know, a lot of times when you deny stuff or hide stuff, you make it worse. I remember I told a story about when I was supposed to be cleaning up my room. It was summertime. I was a little kid, and I was cleaning up my room, and I figured out a quick way to clean my room because my mom had a rule: you ain't going outside until your room was clean. Now this ties into your boy Trump. Listen, and me being a lazy little boy that just want to run outside, I figured out that I could just, with all the mess that was in my room, I could just stuff it under my bed, and my room would look clean in like less than 5 minutes. But it got to the point where it was so much shit under there, stuff started being not enough room, and I'm stuffing it to the point where I couldn't get everything under the bed, so it was like little stuff peeking out, like little stuff you could see. And one day my mom was checking my room, and she seen a little Dorito bag hanging out from under my bed. And that Dorito bag led to all kind of shit. I had cereal bowls, socks, paper, pizza boxes. Everything I had for about a month was up under that bed. And it all got discovered because of that one Dorito bag, because it was too much shit under there that I couldn't get the Dorito bag all the way up under the bed. Needless to say, I got in trouble. My ass was in trouble for the rest of the summer, and I couldn't play football with the rest of the guys. And it reminds me of this Trump shit. See, it's too much stuff being hidden, y'all. And it's gotten to the point where it's so much stuff being hidden, little Dorito bags are popping out. And when I say Dorito bags, little bit of evidence. Because see, now Trump could just expose, if everything was, if it was no problem, if Trump had nothing to do with it, he could just expose the list or the files. But the fact that he said he's so standing 10 toes on not exposing them, he has the whole world wondering, Trump, what are you hiding? And now everybody looking. everybody poking and prodding and pulling up old evidence. And Elon Musk, who really was a big part of getting this shitstorm started, he's having a ball, tweeting stuff. And now, for the first time, Trump is being held accountable and is actually going against his own base. MAGA is like, what the fuck? What's up? So before we get into it, we got to talk. We got to talk about this before I even get into the articles, because something stuck out to me, y'all. And tell me if this stuck out to y'all. Overthought said I had a dying weed plant under mine. Oh, I wouldn't even had no behind left. I would have had so much whooping, I wouldn't even have no behind left no more. That's how much whooping I would have got if she'd have found a weed plant under my. She probably would have smoked it after she whooped my behind. Yep, Trump's Dorito bag definitely is showing. Wall Street Journal. And let me tell y'all something. This is why I get a lot of my news first, because I follow some good sources. And I've been following these sources for years, even before I started podcasting and content creating. That's why I know I can trust their information. So let me tell y'all something. Yesterday, I think it was the day before yesterday or yesterday. No, it was the day before yesterday, I believe. One of my sources had tweeted that they had heard there's a story that Wall Street Journal is about to put out about Trump that really ties him even stronger to Epstein. And they said that Trump was actually actively calling Wall Street Journal, trying to get them to do away with the peace, right? But that story is so important. I didn't want to bring that speculation to y'all, even though it's from one of my sources who's normally right on, on the money. But now I wish I would have brought the speculation to you, because he was dead right. He was dead right. He called it. He said it was, and people in the comments were like, why are you lying? And this and that. I'm like, I'm not going to bring that up to the Flow Show crew, because he might not be right on this one. And I don't want to speculate about nothing like that. Damned if last night Wall Street Journal didn't drop an atomic bomb. They dropped a flaming hot Dorito bag. We're going to talk about it. But to give you a little heads up of what it is, Trump wrote some crazy letter to Epstein on it. I think it was his 50th birthday, and he drew a picture of a naked woman and said some really dark stuff. And for that to be, and for it to be Jeffrey Epstein, and you're saying these type of things, wait till we get into this article. But Wall Street Journal dropped something crazy. Andy said last night they dropped Stephen Colbert. Yep. Crazy day yesterday. Fire Glory said, this Andy was in the spotlight because God said, you won't be deceiving. I'm going to show the world and you will learn your lesson. His wife is going to run his pockets. Something serious. Something serious. We got so much. You know what? It's Friday. We ain't got to be all super structured. We all over the place today. It's Friday. We talking about Andy. We talking about Trump. We just going to talk about all their asses in whatever order, because a jerk is a jerk. Right now, Trump is being a jerk. Andy has been exposed as being a jerk. And who gives a shit about what order we talk about these clowns in today? But the first thing Trump did when Wall Street Journal went ahead and dropped this story, and he couldn't threaten them, and he couldn't stop them from dropping it. First thing he did was say he was suing. He said he's suing the Wall Street Journal. So I got a question for y'all. Why didn't he sue Elon Musk? Elon Musk tweeted to the whole world, millions and millions and millions of people, that Trump is in the Epstein files, and that's why they're not being released. But for some strange reason, Trump isn't suing Elon Musk. You get it? You understand why I'm a little confused? But it's still defamation. Elon didn't drop evidence. But defamation, and to say something like that on a large platform like that, Elon Musk, that is defamation if there's ever a such thing of it. And if Elon, I would go on to say, if Elon dropped a little bit of evidence on X, he wouldn't sue him. And people have been sued before for defamation without dropping evidence plenty of times. If I wasn't talking about so much stuff today, I would run down about 30 defamation lawsuits where the person didn't drop evidence. If I had time today, I would drop 30 of them right now, back to back to back to back, where it was something that somebody said that was very damaging, and they were sued because of it. Dropping evidence is one part of it, but defamation is not based on, oh, you dropped evidence, so you didn't drop evidence, so I'm not suing you. If that was the case, it would be a lot less defamation lawsuits. He didn't sue him. He didn't argue with him. He didn't never say, hey, no, I'm not on. He left it alone. But Wall Street Journal, a publication, he is threatening to sue. And forget all that. Fuck all that. Let's see if he sues. It don't take too long to sue. It don't take too long to sue. They already did their part. He should be suing today. Trump should be suing today. The Wall Street Journal already dropped the article. Don't threaten me to sue. I want to see paperwork today. Because then that means they go to court, and that means they're going to be bringing evidence on both sides, and more stuff are going to come out. So don't talk me to death. Somebody said because they dropped evidence. Okay, they dropped evidence. Now, how long does it take to sue? Trump should be suing today. We should see paperwork today. So let's get this thing rolling. Because if he think evidence is coming out now, I'm hearing Wall Street Journal has way more receipts than this little fluff piece that they dropped. So today, I want to see paperwork that Trump is suing Wall Street Journal. Let's not fuck around. Let's not fuck around. It don't take that long. Wall Street Journal already did their part. They dropped the article. Now it's time for Trump to sue today. Ain't no reason to wait. The article is out. Everybody has seen it. Everybody has read it. We're gonna go over it today. Ain't no time to waste. I pretty much sure Trump is not gonna sue. Because if he sue, then Wall Street Journal is gonna bring out everything. And more stuff is gonna come out about the connection between Trump and Epstein. I think the sue shit is a crock of shit. That's just my opinion. Like I said, it don't take that long to sue. Trump got big, long pockets. We should see paperwork today about him suing the Wall Street Journal. Other than that, it's bullshit. Exactly. Like T-Tuck said, if it's a lie, what you waiting for? You got all the money in the world. You can sue 9 a.m. this morning. I should have seen, hey, not talking about Trump's going to sue. I should be hearing about Trump suing. You ain't broke. You ain't broke like the rest of us, where we got to wait to payday. We got to get our money together. We got to scrape our money together to sue. No. You got big paper. Lawsuit today. Article already dropped. Bring the suit so we can go to discovery and really see what's going on. Like somebody said in the comments, they dropped evidence. Hey, sue. Don't just talk about it, be about it. But I don't think it's going to happen, y'all. So like I said, no smoke for Elon, all the smoke for the Wall Street Journal. So without further ado, let's get into this Wall Street Journal. Because, you know, thank you for the $25 Allison from Philly. Y'all know Philly, man, I can't wait to get out there to Philly. I think Philly loved me the most out of all the cities. I think Philly has the most love for Flo. And that is where I can't wait to head out there and see y'all. But thanks for the $25 donation towards my belly. She says, happy Friday, Flo. Enjoy your weekend. Allison from Philly. Thank you, Allison from Philly. I greatly appreciate it. You know it's going to go towards my belly. But y'all know the Wall Street Journal said this tea was so hot. This tea was so hot. Wall Street Journal charging motherfuckers. I had to pay for it. I had to get a year-long subscription to these bastards. And they ain't bastards. I love the Wall Street Journal. But what I'm just saying, I had to get a year-long subscription for this article. But we got it, y'all. You know what? You know, ain't nothing too much for my Flow Show community. So Wall Street Journal, I went ahead and purchased your year-long subscription. Y'all knew you knew I wanted to go over this article. So we about to go over this article, y'all. Wall Street Journal dropped a bomb on Trump's forehead. And let's and keep in mind, Trump had some vein. He had like a vein. Trump that was diagnosed yesterday with some common vein condition because his ankle was swelling up, and these stories just obliterated that. People was like, yeah. But what about the list? It was almost like they were trying to use that. Now, prayers for Trump. I'll never like to downplay any illnesses or anything like that. All jokes aside. But for when I'm hearing, this is a condition that's normal when you get really old, and you can get through it or live with it. You start having to wear compression stuff and compression pants, compression shirts under your shirt, stuff like that. But anyway, after Trump had got hit with the banana in the tailpipe, it was like he shot the gun. Remember on Bugs Bunny? When the bad guy would go to shoot the gun at Bugs Bunny, and he would just stick his finger in the hole, and then the gun would explode in the other guy's face. That's kind of what happened with Trump when he tried to stand 10 toes about acting like we were stupid and horrible people because we want to see the list. And he thought that would shut us down, but it actually brought him more hot water. So the next day, instead of speaking on that, I noticed that this vein condition story came out. It was Trump didn't say anything else about the list or anything. It was something about the vein condition. And then Wall Street Journal dropped a nuclear bomb that just obliterated the vein condition story. It was like it never happened. So let's get into this Wall Street Journal thing that I paid for. I had to pay for this, y'all. You know, we had to go over this article. I didn't want no secondhand article. I didn't want to go over no Yahoo or no MSN covering this article. I wanted to pay for this shit so we could go over the Wall Street Journal article. The horse's mouth. The cat's meow. Let's go. So Wall Street Journal said Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him bawdy letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing. Let's see. Message, Mr. Flo. Hold on. Let's see before I get into it. Message to Mr. Flo. What's going on? What's going on, Kathy? Oh yeah. This is my ginger ale. I just had to have a ginger ale. I didn't have nothing to drink today, so I had to get a little ginger ale to wet my whistle. Thank you, Kathy. You know they be on top of me. This is a cheap drink. This is something I probably had this like once a month, if that. But I do like a little ginger ale every now and then. But thank you for looking out, Kathy. You know I really be on top of it. This is my little cheap drink. Give me a little energy. It's a Friday. I did a little cheat day. But so let's get into this. Hold on. I'm already in. Hold on, y'all. They don't know that I've already paid for this. Give me 1 second. I think I gotta, you know what? I think I gotta log in again. My bad. I gotta log into this thing. You know, once you get a paid subscription, can't just go to the article. You gotta log in like it's a fucking email. So give me 1 second to sign in to this. Why is it taking so long? Come on, Wall Street Journal. If you're gonna be charging people, you gotta your website has to move a little faster. This is ridiculous. So sign in with Google. Yeah, y'all. This Trump lost his shit last night. All right, y'all. I'm in. All right, it was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends, and one of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal in general. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006. They are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago. According to people who have reviewed the pages, it's unclear if any of the pages are part of Trump's administration's recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein is at a sensitive moment. The Justice Department documents the so-called Epstein files and what is in them, and who are at the center of a storm consuming the Trump administration. This is a hell of a fucking storm, and y'all tune in because they charge for this article, but y'all getting it for free right now. So come on in, like the live, share this live, so don't nobody got to pay for this article because I'm reading it to y'all for free, and we're going to break it the fuck down. They charge about $40 for this membership. All right, so I want everybody to get this for free. Y'all don't have to pay for this. This is complimentary article from the Flow Show No Filter to the community. Okay. On Wednesday, after angry comments about how the files are a hoax created by Democrats, President Trump lashed out at his own supporters for refusing to let the matter go. Remember, y'all, he said if you're not with me, if you are stuck on wanting to see these Epstein files, remember Trump said he don't even want your support. He told y'all to kick rocks in flip-flops with no socks. That was Trump. Trump said it. I ain't say it. Trump said if all you care about is these Epstein files and you want to keep bringing it up, then get the hell away from me. That's what Trump said. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy. Like others in the album, it contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. What, like they say, well, what do we have here? The letter concludes, happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. I'm going to read that again. The alleged letter from Donald Trump to Jeffrey says, happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. I don't know if these are the type of words you want to be associated with. Y'all, what do you mean by every day is a one? I've never wrote a letter like that to my friends. I wrote some letters for happy birthday, but I've never said nothing like, may every day be another wonderful secret. And drawing naked ladies. And this is, now I see why Trump was going crazy about not wanting this to hit the fan. But it has hit the fan. Like Ron Artest in The Malice of the Palace. This letter has hit the fan. In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter. Of course, you have to deny this shit. Trump had denied writing the letter or even drawing the picture. This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story, he said. I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women, he said. It's not my language. It's not my words. Wow. Well, you see, this is what happened when you don't, first of all, follow through with your word. Trump said he was going to expose. Trump and his administration said they were going to expose the files. We didn't say the shit. We don't have the files. We just innocent bystanders. So you say you're going to expose the files. Then you say you're not going to. Then you say they don't exist. Then you try to cuss us out because we still want the files and want to know what went on with Epstein and our children. But see, now, because you ain't doing that, now we all looking at the Dorito bags. We see some Cool Ranch, Flaming Hots. We even see a little trail mix bag with Doritos in it. Now you upset, and Trump is upset at the world, upset at Wall Street Journal, but he started this mess. Because if you don't give the people what they want, then publications like Wall Street Journal and other journalists are going to bring out whatever evidence and whatever they have. Had we got the Epstein files, had we got the list, we might not even give a fuck about this birthday letter, because we would have the real meat and potatoes that we're looking for. But because y'all want to play games, and y'all want to play games with us and use the Epstein shit as a dangling carrot to get our support, and then take the carrot away and then cuss us the fuck out, this is what happens. Let's continue in this article, y'all. He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. I'm gonna sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else, he said. Allegation that Epstein, thank you for the super. Hey, let's take a quick check. Thank you for this super sticker. You know, look, I got eagle vision when it comes to them super stickers. I can read and I can see them. Thank you, Fire Glory, for the $5 super sticker. You know, I'm about to eat good. I'm about to get healthy. I'm gonna get back to my healthy beverages. Just as a little, like I said, it's a little ginger ale. As growing up, every now and then we used to drink ginger ale to settle our stomach. I figured I wanted to settle my stomach a little bit this morning. But thank you for the $5 super sticker, Fire Glory. It goes to an excellent cause, my stomach. And today I will be eating well because of you. Let's continue. Allegations that Epstein had sexually abused girls. And when we say girls, we know what we mean. Girls that are not able to vote. This became public in 2006, and he was arrested that year. Epstein allegedly unalived himself in 2019 in jail after he was arrested a second time and charged with ex-trafficking conspiracy. Justice Department officials didn't respond to the request for comment or address questions about whether the Trump page and other pages of the birthday album were part of the agency's recent documents review. And guess who declined to comment? The fucking FBI. They ain't even want to comment on this shit. That should tell you something. The FBI looked at it and said, no comment. No comment is a hell of a comment on something like this. The existence of the album and the contents of the birthday letters have previously been reported. The album had poems, photos, and greetings from business people, academics, Epstein's former girlfriends and childhood pals, according to the documents reviewed by the Journal and people familiar with them. Who else is in this birthday? Who else is in this birthday album leaving perverted messages? I'm sure it's other people that we know. And as far as I'm concerned, there's Republicans and Democrats wrapped up in this mess. That is why it is so hard to get information. That's what I believe. I believe there are people from all those political parties, judges, lawyers, prosecutors, who knows? But I really would like to know who else is in this 50th birthday album. Because if Trump is allegedly in it, I know there are more powerful people in this album. And I wouldn't be surprised if more people start getting wrapped up in this mess after they done completely wrapping Trump up in it. Now, among those who submitted letters were billionaire Leslie Wexner, attorney Alan Dershowitz. The album also contained a letter from a now deceased Harvard economist, one of Epstein's report cards from Mark Twain Junior High School in Brooklyn, and a note from a former assistant that included Epstein's name, Jeffrey O. Jeffrey. Everyone loves you. Fun in the sun. Fun just for fun. Remember, don't forget me soon. Epstein, you rock. You are the best. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. This is the world we live in. All of these fuckers knew what trifling shit Epstein was doing. All of these fuckers. And you hear these messages? You're the best. You rock. People don't give a fuck as long as it's not their child. And that's a big problem that I have with people in this society. Long as it's not their children, they don't give a shit. How are you telling this dude he rocks and you know what he's doing? As far as I'm concerned, anybody attached to any of this needs to be boycotted. Because this is nasty. They knew what the hell was going on. They just didn't give a fuck. Epstein was Wexner's money manager at the time. The longtime leader of Victoria's Secret wrote a short message that said, "I wanted to get you what you want, so here it is." After the text was a line drawing of what appeared to be a woman's breast. Wexner declined to comment through a spokesman, of course. Wexner's spokesman previously told the Journal that the retail mogul severed all ties with Epstein in 2007 and never spoke with him again. Bullshit. Wexner, Victoria's Secret. Let me tell you something. I don't give a damn about this old bullshit statement. You know why? Because if you know like I know, your ass need to be speaking out talking about we demand the files. I don't want to hear about you severed no tie. I don't give a damn when you severed ties. I don't hear you right now stumping up and down like the rest of us saying expose the files. If you're not saying expose the files, then you are on the wrong side and it's fuck you. Victoria's Secret shouldn't get a dime. None of these people, I'm going to tell you this, and I'm glad it just came to me because I meant to tell y'all this. It ain't enough for people to be talking about when they severed ties and when they didn't. Are you calling for the Epstein files to be revealed? Are you calling for that? If you're not calling for that, then you are on the same side as the bad guys. So I don't give a fuck when you sever ties, quote unquote. When you in this book drawing breasts and sending messages to a perv, as if this guy's the best thing since sliced bread, and you think we supposed to be happy because you saying you severed ties after he was arrested? Whoop-de-doo. I think you would sever ties with anybody who get caught up in a sex trafficking case. Victoria's Secret and Wexner and the rest of you motherfuckers. That ain't no, you want a cookie for that? You want a cookie for that? What we want is jump up and down on these same tables that we jumping up and down on and call for the Epstein files and the list to be revealed. If you ain't doing that, you can take the rest of that shit and shove it up your ass as far as I'm concerned. So you can't get me with this bullshit word semantics and positioning yourself and all that. No, call for the list like we are. I need a statement from Victoria's Secret and this Wexner motherfucker saying, hey, Victoria's Secret stands with victims and we demand transparency in this whole Epstein situation. You ain't gonna say that. You ain't gonna say that. But you think we supposed to be happy and jumping up and down because you say you severed ties back in 2007 when he was arrested for trafficking minors. It's supposed to be Friday. They let me calm the fuck down. They got me all worked up. This is supposed to be a TGIF Friday. But these Wexner motherfuckers just pissed me off. Dershowitz's letter included a mock-up of a Vanity Unfair magazine cover with mock headlines such as, who was Jack the Ripper? Was it Jeffrey Epstein? He joked that he had convinced the magazine to change the focus of an article from Epstein to Bill Clinton. Dershowitz who represented Epstein after his first arrest, said, "It's been a long time and I don't recall the content of what I may have written." Now, you can say what you want about Dershowitz. His ass wrapped up in here some kind of way, whether he did something or not. But the one thing I can say, at least no matter how you feel about it, he's calling for transparency. He was the first big name person that after Trump tried to sweep it under the rug, or should I say sweep it under the bed, he was the first person who was actually relevant to this situation who called for the list to be a reveal. And that is what I'm asking out of people. I don't want to hear about when you sever ties. I don't want to hear about you stop talking to him. I don't want to hear about none of that. I want to hear you saying we need the list, just like me and the rest of the people who I'm speaking for. If you're not saying that, then we don't give a shit about all the rest of that shit. As far as I'm concerned, you down with Jeffrey and what he was doing, because you ain't calling for the list. You trying to tell us when you severed ties. Let's continue. The book was put together by a New York City bookbinder, Herbie Weitz, W-E-I-T-Z. I don't know, I guess that's Weitz. According to people who were involved in the process, that guy Weitz died in 2020, listed Epstein as a client on his website in 2003. It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in third person. Y'all, we got some real perverts in this world, don't we? We got some real pervs in this world. Voiceover. It says, "There must be more to life than having everything," the note began. Donald says, "Yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is." Jeffrey says, "Nor will I, since I also know what it is." Donald, "We have certain things in common." Jeffrey said, "Yes, we do. Come to think of it." Donald, "Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that?" Jeffrey, "As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you." Donald says, "A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." This was your boy. Okay, let me look at the sticker. Where's the sticker, guys? Y'all know I'm cooking. What sticker? Where's the sticker? Did I miss a sticker? What sticker, y'all? What did I miss? Hey, what did I miss? Hey, what Drake came out with the perfect song for me. What did I miss? What sticker did I miss, y'all? Lily, isn't this ridiculous? You know, it's not like listening to two creeps talk. They being real creepy. I don't know what the hell they talking about, but it sounds creepy to me. They talking in code and another secret. Yeah, you right, C-Tuck. They did that immediately, didn't they? Right after I said that, they was like, okay, cool. Thanks, Flo. What sticker did I miss, y'all? What did I miss? So, now, it goes into when Jeffrey enjoys his social life. Hey, put in the chat. Oh, they're talking in PDF code. Okay, got you. So when he turned 50, Epstein was already a wealthy from managing Wexner's fortune and was socializing with Trump, Clinton, and other powerful people. He often entertained at his Manhattan townhouse in Palm Beach, Florida, on a private Caribbean island. A spokesman for Clinton referred to a 2019 statement that former President Clinton had cut off ties more than a decade before Epstein's second arrest and didn't know about Epstein's alleged crimes. Hey, Clinton, I need you to be calling for the files. I need it loud and clear. That's all I need. This is cool. I just need everybody who can to be calling for these files. That's all that's going to make me happy. I don't really care about when everybody severed ties and all that. That don't have nothing to do with today. We haven't got any information, and the people in America and the people following the show and me, we want the files exposed to know what the fuck went on. That's all we care about. I don't give a damn who severed ties, when somebody was arrested, how many years before. Fuck all that. As it stands today, July 18th, Friday, we don't know shit, and we want to know shit. So I need everyone on every side of the political spectrum, celebrities, anybody who wants to be on the right side of history. I need you to be doing the same thing me and the rest of the world who gives a damn about our kids is doing, and that's calling for these files to be revealed. If you're not doing that, then we don't give a fuck about the rest of this. We don't care what else you're saying. I just want to be clear on that. A spokesman for Clinton referred to Epstein and Trump. Sorry. Let's go to this. Epstein and Trump spent time together in the 1990s and the early 2000s and were photographed at social events, including with Maxwell and Melania Trump. A 1992 let's see what we got here. I'll read that in a second. In 1992 tape from NBC archive shows Trump partying with Epstein at his Mar-a-Lago estate. Trump is seen pulling a woman towards him and patting her behind. Oh, Donnie boy. Look, you got to tell Donnie boy no. He liked the party, apparently, allegedly, according to the Wall Street Journal. Don't fucking get mad at me. This is the Wall Street Journal. One thing I want to speak on. To all the trolls and all the people who get upset, why the fuck don't y'all get upset at the horse's mouth? I'll be literally just reporting what some other motherfucker saying, and then y'all get mad at me. But y'all don't go to the Wall Street Journal and troll their ass. This is the Wall Street Journal I'm reading. So if you got a problem, address it where it needs to be addressed at. Wall Street Journal is talking shit, not me. When I talk mine, I'll fess up to mine, but this is Wall Street Journal. This is who you got a problem with if you have a problem. Trump, along with others, including Clinton, also appeared several times on flight logs for Epstein's private jet. A 2002 New York Magazine profile of Epstein quoted Trump, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. He's a terrific guy." Trump also said he's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. Both men said that they subsequently had a falling out. Trump has said their friendship ended before Epstein pled guilty to procuring a younger person for prostitution in 2008, served time in a Florida jail, and became a registered ex-offender. When Epstein was arrested again in 2019, Trump said he hadn't talked to Epstein for about 15 years. I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him, Trump said in the Oval Office. I was not a fan of his. That I can tell you. Trump's spokeswoman told the Journal in 2023 that Trump had banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago club at some point in the past without elaborating. Maxwell, a British socialite, was convicted in 2021. We talked about that yesterday on the show and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Maxwell didn't respond to a letter requesting an interview that we sent to her in prison. At this point, she is focused on her case before the Supreme Court of the United States. Epstein's associations with Trump and many powerful people have been well documented. There remains questions about what the FBI possessed about Epstein and his well-connected friends in 2019. The FBI confiscated evidence from Epstein's properties in the U.S. Virgin Islands and in New York earlier this week. After the Journal sought comment from the president about the letter, Trump told reporters at the White House that he believed some Epstein files were made up. And he believed they were made up by former presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden and a former FBI director, James Comey, who we now know James Comey's daughter, Maureen Comey, has been recently fired. He said that releasing any more Epstein files would be up to the Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Whatever she thinks is credible, she will release, Trump said. Allegations that bureaucrats covered up Epstein's connections with participants in his trafficking scheme were fanned by people now in top roles in the Trump administration, including FBI Director Kash Patel and his deputy Dan Bongino. In June 2024, Trump was asked in a Fox News interview whether he would release the Epstein case files. The Republican president candidate initially responded, "Yeah, I would." But he also expressed some reservations. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because it's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. But I think I would. Soon after she was confirmed as Attorney General, Bondi said she was preparing to release new Epstein files in late February. Bondi announced the release of phase 1 of the documents, but the material contained few new revelations, drawing criticism from right-wing influencers. Bondi initially blamed the FBI's New York office for withholding information and promised to release the remaining documents after redacting the victim's name. Patel, Mr. Kash Patel, also said there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned. They tasked hundreds of FBI employees to review the materials and prepare them for release. The issue took on a new life in June when Elon Musk, amid public feud with Trump, alleged that FBI was withholding documents from the Epstein case because Trump was in the files. Elon Musk tweeted, "The truth will come out." And later he deleted that message. On July 7th, the Justice Department backtracked on Bondi's pledge to release more Epstein files. The Justice Department said after that, and they would not. So they kept flip-flopping. Democrats on the House of Judiciary Committee demanded this week that Republican Chairman Jim Jordan hold hearings on the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein files. If necessary, subpoena Bondi, Patel, and Bongino. At a cabinet meeting on July 8th, Trump criticized a reporter for simply asking about Epstein. Are people still talking about this creep? This creep, Trump said. That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time? That same day, Musk wrote, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" How does this end, guys? Before let me get to the super chats. I see y'all. Friday is payday for Flo. I see. Steph, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I'm gonna eat good today. DJT asks, Donnie Boy asked Attorney General Pam Bundy to produce any and all pertinent grand jury testimony subject to court approval last night. Let's get it. Thank you for that update, Steph. Let's see. I saw some super chats coming in. If I missed them, y'all help me find them. You know, I like to give everybody their flowers for sending them in. And thank you, Steph, for always keeping us updated on the latest and greatest news. As I look for these super chats right now, where? Oh, where can my super chats be? They need a better system, y'all. I got to go through all these messages. Okay, so I got Fire Glory. Okay, so then after Fire Glory, who was the next super chat? It's some hot and heavy stuff, y'all. I can't wait to see what today holds. Because they're going to have to, Trump and his administration are going to have to start revealing some info. Because the American people are not going for it one bit. Super chat. I saw him pouring in. Okay. So now I got Steph. Okay, and then one came in after Steph. Okay. Oh, Fire Glory came back. Okay. Fire Glory said Epstein list will do a lot of damage to a lot of people in their careers, which is why they are trying to bury it. Do you think Diller's trial will be a mistrial and do the case over with better jurors? I don't think it'll be a mistrial, but I think more charges are coming. And I think that the judge is going to side on the higher side of whatever the sentencing guidelines are. I think they are going to give Diddy more lean towards the higher amount of sentencing guidelines. I don't know, maybe closer to 5 years, maybe all the way up to 8 years, but I think it's going to be more than 3 years, what people are saying. But I believe they are going to bring more charges and sequester the jury this time, which we said should have happened the first time. And but I think they're going to bring new charges. I don't think they're going to declare this a mistrial, but I think they're working on new charges. I absolutely think they're working on new charges. And like I said, I believe the not only are they working on new charges, but I also believe that they're going to sequester the jury. And like I said, I believe the judge is going to go with the higher end of whatever the sentencing guidelines are. Thank you for that super chat. Oh, we got Melissa. What's up, Melissa? Thank you for the super chat. $4.99. I'm about to eat good. What am I eating today? I'll probably eat like a salmon. I like this salmon stuff from what the hell? She just told me what it was called. What's that restaurant called? Hey, C Tuck, do you know what that restaurant is called on you know what that restaurant is called on Coventry? And they got the stuffed salmon. The fuck is it called? She just told me what it's called. Damn. C Tuck, you gotta know the name of it. It's on Coventry. It's a nice restaurant, and they got the best stuffed salmon you ever had. I think that's what I'm gonna have today. Yeah. Hey, Lily said Flo gonna have a happy belly today. Yep, I'm gonna get this stuffed salmon. What is this place called on Coventry? Man, why are you? Hey, no. A better question is, why are you here? Zay, whatever your name is, why are you here? I'm not. I didn't ask for you to be here. I'm not begging anybody to be here. So the better question is, why the fuck are you here? I would rather you just use your thumb. You got a thumb, and you just do this, and you gone. And it's that simple. So I have a better question. I don't want you here, so arrivederci. I don't beg anybody to do anything. I open up my laptop and I say what the fuck I want to say, and I stand 10 toes, and I locate missing women, and I call people the fuck out, and I don't give a damn what nobody else say. So next time, just keep going. Like, get the fuck out of here. I'm not begging nobody to listen to me. Never did, never will. Goodbye, Zay. Oh, Melissa sent one. I got Melissa's. Love you too, Steph. Love you more. I just had to respond to this message. I'm trying to figure out what the name of that restaurant. I'm surprised C Tuck don't know it. Sorry about that, y'all. Love you more, Steph. Bodega. I knew C Tuck would know it. I knew, yeah, Bodega. Bodega. That's what it is. If y'all ever in Cleveland, definitely try Bodega. Bodega is a good restaurant, y'all. Thank you, C Tuck. Bodega. Yep. I told you, I knew C Tuck would know. So anyway, enough about Trump. I hope Zaya, whatever the fuck their name was, skedaddled and probably learned very quickly. This ain't the chat where you're not gonna win no cool points on me. I don't ask I don't beg nobody to be here. So if you have a problem, kick rocks with flip flops with no socks. That's all I can tell you. But your criticism means nothing over here. Nothing. Can't you wasting your time. You're in my chat. You stopped to my house to tell me how you felt. I already won. So since talking about whoever that asshole who felt the need to express their opinion in my chat, which caused me to express my opinion, and that asshole made me think of another asshole. So thank you, Zay, for giving me a good transition from one asshole to the next asshole, no Diddy, which would be Andy Byron. Tell me y'all heard about Andy Kiss Cam Byron. If you heard about Andy Kiss Cam Byron, thank you, Melissa. Every opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and beat it. Get out of here. Quit fucking our vibe up. Go find you some friends, right, Melissa? Tell Zay, go find you a community. We got ours. We not here for the rest of y'all. We here gathered together and talking amongst ourselves. We not asking for none of y'all to come like or whatever the fuck. But anyway, if you heard about the Andy the Kiss Cam Bandit, put a 1 in the chat. Hey, look, 2025 has been a bad year for cheating, motherfuckers. If you cheating out there, 2025 is not the year to be cheating. You might want to wait to 2026. It might get better for y'all, because look at all these ones. Apparently, everybody done heard about Kiss Cam Andy. We about to get into him. We over an hour and 4 minutes, and we ain't even got to Kiss Cam Andy yet. We're putting in overtime today on a Friday. So Kiss Cam Andy. So before I get into the article, It's about a guy who was at a astronomer CEO, big money guy, is at a Coldplay concert. He's at a Coldplay concert, not with his wife. He's at a Coldplay concert in Boston with a coworker. And him and the coworker is doing one of these. And out of nowhere, he on the Jumbotron. And as soon as the Jumbotron comes up, Coldplay is like, either this, they tried to dive out of the way. It was like a bomb. It was like a bomb had been thrown at him on the Jumbotron. He tried to dive out. She dove out. They ducked out of the... That's how the kiss cam started looking. They were like, what the fuck? Coldplay said either they cheating, having an affair, or they awfully shy. And he was right the first time. Old Andy was at a Coldplay concert cheating on his wife and got caught by millions and millions and millions of people. And now his wife is about to get millions and millions and millions and hundreds of millions from his ass. You cheating fuck. Karma's something else. So then we find out that Andy is a horrible boss and a horrible human being. Oh, let me see. Let me go back to the super chat. Let me go back to it. Let's see. Melissa, who? Fire Glory, did you send another super chat? Let me see. Fire Glory, I'm looking for your super chat right now as I think about old Kiss Cam Andy. I thought I addressed Fire Glory's super chat, but let me go back. I may have missed it, unless you sent two, maybe. Fire Glory, what's up? Hold on, let me go back to Fire Glory. Okay, I see Melissa. Okay. Okay, Fire Glory, this is the one I seen, and I read this one. Are you talking about a different super chat? This is the one I read. And I went over that. Unless I'm looking at an old message, maybe. Let me know if I'm looking at an old message. Karma is undefeated. Somebody said, let me see. Somebody said, nice to see assholes getting caught. Yeah, it's fun, ain't it? It's not good business to be a jerk these days. So let me go back to Andy. Let me go back to Andy's the article about Andy. So it's a lot of fallout, but it's funny. Just like we said, one thing gets found out about you. Now they finding out you an asshole. Now they finding out you an asshole boss. Page 6 did an article. Andy Byron, astronomer CEO, caught at Coldplay concert, allegedly lashed out, threatened employees at previous job. This guy was just an overall jerk. And I like it that he was exposed on the Jumbotron. Nothing like a good old Jumbotron to expose a cheating ass. That's why that cheating shit is not worth it, man. Either just be with somebody or just be single, man. That cheating is stressful. Now Andy Byron's life has completely turned on his heels. All because he's trying to party with a coworker at a concert as he cheats on his wife and kid. Article says Andy Byron is allegedly not just a cheater, but a horrible boss. The CEO was recently caught allegedly cheating with his coworker. Ain't no allegedly. He was cheating at a Coldplay concert. Made people at his previous company quit because of how he treated them, according to a resurfaced report. Multiple former employees said Mr. Byron would lash out against employees who disagreed with him, including threatening to fire them. In the article titled Fake Hire, Stab Departures, a former employee claimed Byron, you couldn't challenge him. In other words, he was one of those people you had to agree with everything he said or he would cry like a little kid. Byron was reportedly hired to be Cyber Reason's chief revenue officer in 2017, and he worked there for more than 2 years, according to his now deactivated LinkedIn account. Now he all off LinkedIn, y'all. He can't even be on LinkedIn no more because of this bullshit. But one quick thing I want to let y'all know, the wife already took off his last name on her Facebook. This shit's about to go 0 to 100 real quick. The wife, if you look at her Facebook, she did have his last name. And after this Jumbotron shit happened, she deleted that last name. The Massachusetts-based businessman allegedly ruffled feathers during his tenure at the tech company because he put an exorbitant amount of pressure on his workers. One former staff claimed we started off in the right direction and we were very successful, but he kept pressing and pressing and pressing. And basically they saying he got on everybody's fucking nerves. An employee who still worked at Cyber Reason at the time of the article's publication noted, people love the company. Now they hate it because of Kiss Cam Andy. Kiss Cam Andy's alleged poor management skills reportedly drove many people to leave the company. I'm not surprised. It's just, this guy is just a complete jerk. 7 years later, Byron now is finding himself under fire again, but this time it's for his actions outside of office hours. The 50-year-old, who is now CEO of a software company, Astronomer, was spotted hugging and holding closely his co-worker, Kristen Cabot, all while at Coldplay concert in Boston Wednesday night. This is crazy, y'all. When Kiss Cam landed on them, the pair immediately moved out of the frame and tried to hide. You can't hide no more. How much money? Hey, she gonna get him for half, ain't she, y'all? That's embarrassing. Oh, you sent $10? Yeah, Fire Glory. I read about the I don't know if you missed it, but I read your question on the $10. Thank you for the $10 one. And I read your question and I talked about the mistrial and all of that. Did you miss that? Maybe you went away for a second. He wants his privacy in this very difficult time for his family. You should have fucking thought about that when you went out in public with your fucking side piece. Yeah, and C-Tuck said she gonna tear his ass up. Okay, yeah, Fire Glory. I read it. You might have took a little short break, but I read it and I answered your question about the mistrial and all of that. I thought it was a great question. So I went into detail about real quick. Basically, I just said that I believe that the judge is going to give him on the higher side of the sentencing guideline, talking about Diddy real quick. And then also that there probably won't be a mistrial, but I think they're going to bring new charges. And the next time they're probably going to sequester the jury. So I kind of went over that. If you replay the episode, you could go back to that part. But this is the show No Filter. He won. Hey, yeah, this is it. She going to fry his ass. He would like privacy, y'all. Andy Byron says he would like privacy in this manner for him and his family. But he was doing all this on Kiss Cam. How you want privacy? You at the Coldplay concert doing this. with your side, with your women on the side. Melissa said, and then he was trying to blame it on whoever filmed him. You have no privacy, fool. That's what you get if you're cheating. Yeah, he gonna try to throw the guy who filmed him under the bus. It ain't the guy who filmed him. It's you, Andy, Kiss Cam Andy, doing this. You can't do this when you got a wife. What's wrong with you? Yeah, he didn't want privacy. If you want privacy, the last place you're gonna be is at a Coldplay concert. The fuck? Anyway, this story is still developing. When Byron and Cabot's identities were revealed after the videos, when Byron, the public learned that he was married, seemingly proving that he was cheating. Now, we don't know, as of the time of this article, we don't know if the woman he was with is married, but I thought somebody said that in the chat. Can somebody in the chat tell me if the woman is married that he was caught with, Kirsten? I think I saw somebody in the chat say that she was married. I don't know, though. But at the time of this article, we didn't know if the woman that Andy, Kiss Cam Andy, was with. Okay, yes. Oh, no, shit. When they said killing two birds with one stone, this is not what they were talking about. Holy crap. Holy crap. I got to take a swig of this unhealthy ginger ale. You mean to tell me they both married? This is a hell of a Friday show, y'all. This is a hell of a Friday show. This is a hell of a Friday show. You telling me two married motherfuckers got caught on one jumbotron. Desi say, giddy up. This tea is piping hot today. Whoa. Well, you know we're going to be following this closely. Heads are about to roll. Andy's bank account is about to look a little longer. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Y'all, Kel said new sub, hooked already. Commentary is everything. Thank you so much, Kels. Let me tell y'all, I get so much compliments on my commentary. I don't even know how to take it because this is just literally me 24/7. So I'm just a 24/7 podcaster. This is how I talk and explain things. So I never knew my commentary was so fire until y'all told me, because this is just how I explain shit and how I see things. And however it comes to me in my head, that's how I say it. But I appreciate it. I'm glad y'all love my commentary. I'm gonna keep it going, but shit. Two birds with one stone. We got two married. So y'all both married. Y'all got a lot of nerve. Melissa, you know the audacity two married motherfuckers gotta have to be at a Coldplay concert doing all this? Man, they deserve everything they got coming to them. Because y'all, even if it wasn't a jumbotron, it could have just been somebody recording on their phone. And then y'all try to dive out the jumbotron. After the whole crowd seeing you, you didn't want 3 people to see you? Because all 20, 30,000, however many was at that concert, all of them had seen you already. So I don't know what diving out of the jumbotron was going to do at that point. I guess they didn't want the like 10 people who hadn't seen him yet. I guess they were trying to make sure those 10 people didn't see him. Because 20,000 or however many was in this concert had already saw you doing this. They was rocking too, y'all. They was having fun cheating. That's what they get. Look. And that's another thing why everybody pissed off. And y'all was having way too much fun for both of y'all to be married and cheating. So now y'all got everything that y'all got coming to y'all. Because all of us in relationships, the worst thing in the world is to find out your partner cheating. None of us want that pain. So when we see that you put this poor wife and husband, because now we finding out that old girl is married, none of us like the pain that you put them in front of the whole world to see. And y'all was having way too much fucking fun doing it, doing all this shit. It might have been a little bit better if y'all would have looked like y'all wasn't having a good time. The blowback might have been a little bit less. But the fact that y'all was bobbing and shaking and smiling and diving out of the Jumbotron pissed everybody off more. So that's what the fuck y'all get. Andy, Kiss Cam Andy, your bank account is about to be cut in half. You might as well just cut it in half this morning and send half of it to Miss, I don't know, Kerrigan, I forgot. I think her name Kerrigan. I don't want to expose her name. To his wife. I'm not even going to expose her name because she deserved privacy. Andy don't deserve shit but to continue to get trolled. So, and I don't know what's going on. I got to do some research about the wife who was married to somebody, the Kristen girl who was with Andy. This thing is a whole fucking mess. But when you get caught cheating, if the last thing you want to get caught doing is having fucking a lot of fun doing it, that make it even worse. If you the wife, you rather them see them and they kind of maybe not speaking, or maybe they got a little demeanor, like they not really having a good time, you would feel a little bit better. But the fact that they was having fun and leaning and rocking with it, and they was leaning and rocking with it and surfing with the swag surfing. Nah, I don't want to see. Shauna ass. If I see Shauna on Jumbotron, her ass better not be fucking swag surfing and leaning and rocking, or I will be fucking pissed. Having too much damn fun. He probably ain't did this with his wife in a while. See, that's the type of shit people don't think of. That hurt his wife feelings. You know, he probably ain't grabbed his wife like that and danced like that in 20 years or 10 years. And it really, all jokes aside, that is why I don't like shit like this, because I think about the victims. I think about having to not only see your husband cheating, who you probably didn't think he was cheating. You probably thought he was a faithful husband. Not only you got to see that, you got to see him having fucking fun doing it, and the whole world saw it. So now you embarrassed. So fuck Kiss Cam Andy and fuck his whoever he was with for cheating on the husband. TGI Friday. We about to get the hell out of here. I don't have no more time for them, y'all. Let me get to any comments. Y'all got any comments before we get out of here that y'all would like to share to Andy, as Andy wants privacy? Kiss Cam Andy wants privacy. What do y'all feel about that? He is calling for privacy in this manner. Y'all have any? Oh, I think. Hold on, did I miss a super chat, y'all? Y'all know I got an eagle eye on them super chat. Okay, I got her already. Thank you for the new sub. We here every Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. You can also catch the audio version, which started this whole. The audio version on Apple and Spotify is what blew everything up. So I encourage you to check out the Flow Show No Filter on Apple and Spotify for your listening pleasure. It is also a mix and master version, because when I upload it to Apple and Spotify, the software mixes it and masters it, so you get a crispier audio. So check me out on Apple and Spotify. That's what started all this. But we are here every Monday through Friday. If you love the commentary, you can join us live at 8:30 a.m. We discuss all the biggest, hottest topics that's going on. And Fire, thank you. Fire said, I will replay. Thank you. Andy gets no privacy. God showed your deception was done in the dark will also come to the light, no matter the case. Anybody got any last words for Andy or even Trump? Ebony says his wife is about to take him for everything he's worth. Yes, ma'am. She got all the proof she needs. Yep, he on the Jumbotron just dancing. C-Tuck said, it's wild. This ain't no regular getting caught. Millions of people know about it and ain't even know who Dog was until the video came out. Right. The first impression of him is, the first thing we know about Andy is he's a jerk. I've never heard of him before. The first time I learned about him was learning that he was a jerk. And that's kind of funny. Melissa wants to let everybody know that Coldplay sucks. And she said she's sorry. That's just her opinion. Apple bomb. Okay. Lily says Apple bombs. Okay. I missed your comment, Portia. What's your comment, Portia? You know we don't want to miss Portia's comment. What did I miss, Portia? What did I miss? It's Friday. I'm going back. Ain't no structure today. We just talking shit. So, Portia, where's your comment at? I'm looking for it. Unless you just want to repeat it. Can you just repeat it, Portia? Yeah, just repeat your comment, Portia. I'll see it at the bottom of the chat. And I'll read it. Kimberly says, he is a dirty dog. Well put. Melissa said, I love this fam so much. I laugh so hard every morning. One is called Flow. Portia said, one is called Flow. Angie says, facts. Melissa, best chat. For sure, the best chat online for sure. And we got any. It's the biggest, bravest one out of the litter. I'll take a pic. Okay. Yeah, that's the biggest, bravest one. Call it Flow and take a picture, and we all want to see it. Angie says, Flow attracts the best listeners. Yeah, because I'm for the intellectuals. You got to be witty. You got to have a quick wit about you and a certain personality to even rock with my show. And you got to be grown. And you can't be too sensitive. Because I'm going to say some shit. That's why I make sure I let people know the Flow Show, no filter. I honestly just want to call it the Flow Show because I get tired of typing out all of that. I got to type out the Flow Show, then I got to type out no filter. But it's so important for people to know that it's no filter because I don't want you coming in here thinking that this is your sweet grandma's. Even though we got a lot of grandmas that tune in, but this ain't your sweet grandma's podcast with all. It's gonna be some 4-letter words, some F bombs, some H bombs, some S bombs, and all kind of shit. So I like to let people know this is the Flow Show, no filter. So if you come in here, your ass better be prepared to hear something that your ears might not be ready for if you ain't a no filter type of person. Oh, I love kittens. So yeah, please, you got to send us the picture of the kittens, y'all. One of the kittens' name is Flo. And he the biggest, baddest motherfucker out of the litter, apparently. Is what I heard. Steph said Flo tongue will cut you. I'm the same. I don't know if it's an Italian thing or a Jersey thing. Just not in front of my father. Exactly. This tongue will cut you, but I'd I'd rather not. I'd rather just be smiling and talk about the news. But if your ass come for me, you're going to go back worse than you came, for sure. Yay, Flo Kitty. So without further ado, y'all, thank you to all the new members. Once again, Apple and Spotify, The Flow Show No Filter. If you want to subscribe to the podcast to help keep the lights on in this motherfucker, all I need you to do is either hit the subscription link and do a donation. I'll put it in the chat, but it also is my subscription is in the chat. You can do anywhere from $3 all the way up to $23. Is up to you, but it's also if you're watching this on Facebook, it's in the description. You can support the show there. If you're watching this on YouTube, it's in the description link. I'm in the description box. And if you're listening to this on Apple and Spotify, it is in the show notes. Get a subscription. $23 subscription gets you all of my flow on the go when I travel, go to court, take trips, and cover. I'm going to start covering so many events. You will have early access to that. If you just want to support the show, you can give a minimum of $3, and that'll help keep the lights on. Other than that, y'all know the drill. Let's get the I'm outs in the chat. Lily says, I'm out. Have a great weekend, everybody. Desi says, happy Friday, crew, and I'm out. Ebony says, I'm out. Portia says, I will put the pic on Facebook. I'm out, and I like it. Steph says, I love you, but I'm out. Yes, 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 yes. And then we need to see Tuck, where you at? Angie says, I'm out. Have the best weekend, everyone. Let's get the final one from C Tuck. Where you at? Did I miss? Oh, okay, here we go. Y'all know the tradition. C Tuck. C Tuck says, I'm out. Have a safe and wonderful weekend, my good people. I am off for the weekend. Love everybody. Like I always say, I love y'all, but I'm out.